Our Loki Episode 2 review explores the variant and dives deep into the natures of both Loki and Agent Mobius. Last week during my Loki premiere review, I felt as though the series took its time to set up the premise, though you'll find little complaint from me. Not only did we need to refresh ourselves on Loki circa 2012, but we had to establish the scope and power of the Time Variance Authority and the Timekeepers, as well as what threat Loki would be up against. That is to say, the threat is himself. In Episode 2, the plot moves forward, though the series takes its time to ponder some truly existential questions. We get a better idea of what motivates Loki, as well as what kind of person Agent Mobius appears to be. The show is not afraid to slow the action down in order to shine a brighter spotlight on its characters, and it's all the better for it. Loki, Episode 2 review has smarter than he looks'll be the first to admit I wasn't sure what to expect from Owen Wilson's Agent Mobius when he first hit our screens, but I have to say I'm a huge fan now that we've seen him in action. The team travels to Oshkosh, Wisconsin in 1985 in order to look at a fresh crime scene. This one is different because instead of leaving everyone dead, the variant deemed to take the Commander C-20 hostage. This deviance from the norm does not bode well. Loki spins a story about how the variant has trapped them all inside the tent, waiting to ambush them if they try to leave. It takes about 2 seconds for Mobius to see through his scheme and send the team home. While Loki did show his hand a bit, we can forgive him for his desperation to get out of his current situation. But I don't think that makes Mobius any less clever for seeing through the god of mischief's play. In fact, Mobius is all the smarter for not trying to outwit Loki or beat him at his own game. Agent Mobius wants to understand this Loki better so he can catch the other variant. Ravonna warns him that the Timekeepers are monitoring the case closely, and tells him he has a soft spot for broken things. While that may be true, he also promises he'd delete Loki himself if the mission goes sideways. I have a hard time believing this. As much as Mobius doesn't trust Loki, I think he also sees the best in him. Their dynamic is borderline buddy cop comedy, and while Loki drives him up a wall, he also believes there is good in him. The superior LokiI'm inclined to agree with Agent Mobius. This Loki Episode 2 review never promised to be unbiased, and I have to admit I'm having a blast spending so much time with Loki. Though he's featured heavily in other movies, our perception of him has always been through the eyes of Thor or the other Avengers. This time, we get to see Loki for who he truly is, for better or worse. Mobius not-so-subtly tells Loki he thinks the only reason Loki is helping is because he wants to prove he's the superior version.